You made it back.
You made it back. Okay.
Okay, the time being 9 o'clock on Tuesday, February 18th. I'd like to call this meeting of the Wapaka County Board of Supervisors to order. Roll call.
Dennis? Did you want to hit your present button? Supervisor Winkowski? Skips everybody. Roll call shows we have 22 members present with 5 absent.
Thank you. Okay, this meeting and all other meetings of the board are open to the public. Proper notice has been posted and given to the media in accordance with Wisconsin statutes so that the citizenry may be aware of the time, place, and agenda of this meeting. All right, please join me in silent meditation and then a pledge to the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, just for all.
Thank you. Okay, next, the agenda. May I have a motion to approve the agenda? Supervisor Yeager?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Supervisor Earl? Thank you. Motion's been made and second to approve the agenda is presented. Any questions or discussion? If not, please vote.
Supervisor Nygaard, how do you vote?
Aye.
Supervisor Shower, how do you vote?
Yes.
Last chance to vote? That carries 22-0.
Thank you. Next, approve the minutes from January 21st, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Supervisor Eisentraut?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you. Is there a second? Supervisor Zog?
Second.
Motion has been made and second to approve the minutes from January 21st. Any discussion, questions? If not, please vote.
Supervisor Shower, how do you vote?
Yes.
Supervisor Nygaard, how do you vote?
Yes.
Last chance to vote? That carries 22-0.
Thank you. Moving on to resolutions, we have resolution number 52, 2024-2025, donation acceptance to Sheriff's Office.
Now therefore be it resolved that the Wapaka County Board of Supervisors accepts a donation in the amount of $1,500 from Brian and Lena Glazinski for the above stated purposes.
Is there a motion to accept the resolution? Supervisor Vasquez?
Move to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Supervisor Krieger?
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution number 52, donation acceptance. Any discussion, questions? If not, please vote.
Supervisor Nygaard, how do you vote?
Yes.
Supervisor Shower, how do you vote?
Yes.
Last chance to vote? That carries 22-0.
Thank you. Next, resolution number 53, 2024-2025, donation acceptance, Sheriff's Office.
Now therefore be it resolved that the Wapaka County Board of Supervisors accepts a donation in the amount of $1,990 from ICC Events LLC for the above stated purposes.
Motion to accept resolution number 53, Supervisor Hardy.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Supervisor Vasquez.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution number 53, donation acceptance. Any questions, discussion? If not, please vote.
Supervisor Shower, how do you vote?
Yes.
Supervisor Nygaard, how do you vote?
Yes.
Last chance to vote? That carries 22-0.
Thank you. Next, we have resolution number 55, 2024-2025, donation acceptance, Sheriff's Office.
Now therefore be it resolved that the Wapaka County Board of Supervisors accepts a donation in the amount of $2,000 from the Gerald L. Pagel Estate for the above stated purposes.
Is there a motion to accept it? Supervisor Krieger,
Motion to approve.
is there a second? Supervisor Vasquez,
I'll second that.
any discussion, questions on resolution number 55, donation acceptance? Supervisor Zog, did you have a question? Is not? Okay, then please vote.
Supervisor Shower, how do you vote?
Yes.
Supervisor Nygaard, how do you vote?
Yes.
Last chance to vote? Supervisor Spearings, can you vote, please? Okay, last chance to vote. That carries 22-0.
Good, thank you. And again, Wapaka County very much appreciates these donations to the Sheriff's Office. Thank you to the donees. Moving on to ordinances, we have amendment to Wapaka County Code of Ordinance, Chapter 4.
There was an amendment, so that's no longer on the agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry. Very good. So no ordinances. Moving on then to reports, Register of Deeds, Annual Report, Jeremy Schinke.
Good morning.
Morning.
I apologize I wasn't able to make it last month, but I believe the report was in your packets. If you had a chance to review it, great. You can always go back and look. I thought maybe I could bring Mike back last week to cover for me, seeing this is the 2024 annual report, and it was his office yet then, but he was busy. So this is our 2024 annual report. Christy, next slide.
If you want to use the.
Oh,
you can do drive-
Perfect.
Yep. Is that working?
Okay. So, our office is staffed with 3 people. Of course, me, I'm Jeremy. I have a chief deputy, Beth Kraus, who recently joined our office. She came over from the treasurer's department. Spent some time working under George Jorgensen in the ROD office prior to Mike coming in. So a great asset to our office. And Stephanie's been with, I believe, us for 18 years now. So I'm very fortunate to have a really experienced staff. I'm very happy about that. Who we are and what we do. Chrissy, do we have the opportunity to click that link for that video?
We do not.
We do
Sorry, no.
Okay, this is a really great video. It's out there. I think we played it last year, if you remember. Gives a real great overview of what we do as far as covering the real estate and vital records, military discharges, who we serve internally. Pretty much every department here in the county in some way, shape, or form touches our department. They're looking at our land records. We work very closely with the treasurer and the land information department, but again, at some point or another, every department at some point accesses our records. Externally, of course, members of the general public stop in daily for either land records or vital records. And then title companies, attorneys, assessors, surveyors, lenders, there's a pile of them that access our records. Some numbers from last year in comparison to 2023, I know this is a little hard to see. Our recording numbers were slightly up last year. Our e-recordings were again slightly up. We're up to 72.5%. We'd like to get that even higher. It makes things a little easier for our partners out there submitting documents. We can get them recorded the same day generally within minutes. If there's a problem with the document, we can send it back to them and we'll get it back that same day rather than utilizing the mail, which can take way too long. The recording fees are set out by statute. It's $30 per document, and you can see how they're split on the left-hand side screen, or the right-hand side, sorry. 50% of that recording fee comes to the county general fund, 27% goes to the county land information, and 23% goes to state land information. And of that 23%, that money is filtered back into the county land information through grants and such. Our fees, again, were up a little bit due to our documents recorded. 233,000 up from 230 the year before. So pretty level. Real estate transfer fees. This is a big driver of revenue for the county. We collected just shy of $1 million last year, which represented over $305 million in real estate sales. That was our third highest all time behind 2021 and 2022. So sale prices are still pretty high. Of that transfer fee, currently as it's set, 80% goes to the state and 20% comes back to the county. There is there's going to be some legislation coming to address that split. There was some last year. I believe we talked about it here, putting 50% to the counties and 50% to the state. They've changed that a little bit from what I've been seeing. They're still bringing 50% to the county, but the talk is 30% to the land information program, which would also benefit the county, with 20% going to the state. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if we can't get some more revenue coming back to the county. A quick look back at the numbers. Interesting. If you just look at year 2024, the average sale price of a home, a little over $250,000. If you go back 10 years to 2015, it was about half that, $125,000. And if you look at the number of deeds recorded, there hasn't been a lot of change, but those prices are quite high. Vital records, we issue birth, death, and marriage, and last year one divorce certificate. That also is a little bit of a revenue driver for us. The fees are set out in such that for birth certificates, 40% goes to the State Department of Administration, 35% to the Children's Trust Fund, and then 25% of every vital record sold at $20 comes back to the county. But then any copy that's sent, that gets ordered for $3, that's 100% back to the county. So we like to see our vital record sales up. We were pretty consistent with our yearly averages. Marriage records, death records, same thing, 20, that split's a little bit different. The Children's Trust Fund isn't incorporated there, but again, the $3 copy fee comes back. So it's nice to see that, you know, I encourage everybody to get your vital records from Waupaca County. Statewide issuance opened up a number of years ago, so you can go to the most convenient Register of Deeds office to get those records. But it's nice if we can get them here. Other revenues and fees collected. These are sales of our recorded documents. We have 24/7 online access, 365 days a year. Last year we had a little over 3,000 different people access our online records. That's general public, title companies, assessors, attorneys, whoever it may be. When they purchase documents, we get revenue from that. We have some bulk image customers, our bigger title companies buy in bulk, and that brought us, you'll see that it should have been 48,000. We had a little bit of a issue over the summer where some of our stuff wasn't available. So we saw a slight decrease in our bulk image. We didn't charge for access that they couldn't have. But all in all, our revenues were slightly up last year. And we're always trying to get more of our images available online to provide that access. And, you know, if we can get that up over $100,000, that'd be great. Year in review, the majority of our projects are focused on back indexing, adding more data. So again, our customers on the outside can easily access that. We took on a project of reviewing our certified survey maps last year. We're just about through with that. In the course, we index over 12,000 historical documents. Our office ebbs and flows with workflow. Yesterday, for instance, with no mail and no banks being open, we were a little slower. It gave us a good time to get at some of these back indexing projects. We have way too much out there that's not easily accessible, and we're trying to get more of that every day. Again, Beth was brought in as chief deputy. She hit the ground running. I was fortunate enough to be able to bring her into the office a month before Mike retired, so we were able to get her trained up. The part of the job that she remembered was great. Not much has changed, but the technology changed a little bit, so there's a little bit of a learning curve with our computer programs and such. But she's been great. And then, of course, we had to bid farewell to Mike. That was very bittersweet for me. He put me in a really great position to succeed in that office, and I owe a lot to him for giving me so much opportunity to grow before taking office. Looking ahead to, the years to come, we're always looking to improve our data and our images. Implementing legislative changes is something that, comes and goes. Potentially that transfer fee split will be this year. There's a vital records bill out there that may change the time frame of when we can release certain records. So all of those things, as they come in, we have to make sure we comply. A big one that's coming in April is Act 235 with the judicial privacy. That's going to be a big one. We feel we're pretty well prepared to move forward with that. But again, whenever those legislative changes come, it's important that we stay up on them. After last summer, I seen a need to update our COOP-COG plan, not just to include natural disasters, but also cyber disasters. So, that was something that I think our office handled as well as we could. We were down a few days for recording. Our electronic recordings were shut down for a period, but we went back to paper. Our postage went up that month, but we were still able to keep business moving. Same with the vital records piece. We were able to partner with Portage County to have them process our records. We would bring them back here, and our local funeral homes would pick them up here. So we tried to work with our customers and make a tough situation as convenient for them as possible. So I was happy with how we were able to navigate that. And of course, to build strong working relationships and continue to provide excellent customer service. As far as continuing education and training goes, I am a member of the Register of Deeds Association of Wisconsin and also the Property Records Industry Association. They're very helpful in keeping us abreast of what these potential legislative changes might be, how we're going to handle them. It's just a great way to stay up with industry trends. Oddly enough, a day after the election, I was appointed to the Cybersecurity and Disaster Committee. I think I know why, but so that's been interesting to see. There's a lot of counties that have been fortunate not to have been in these situations, and a few that have gone through it. So we're basically trying to put together, things to look for that you can do to prepare before, what to do during, what to do after, kind of a plan to keep business rolling. I always want to bring up our property watch program. Property fraud is constantly on the news, late night television commercials. Is it a threat? Yes. Is it common here in Wisconsin? No. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't monitor your assets. And we offer 100% free service to sign up. All you need to do is enter an email address or a phone number or both that has text messaging capabilities in your name. Anytime a document gets recorded in our office, you're notified that something has been recorded. If it's something that you're aware of and you're expecting, that's great. If it's something you're not sure of, that's your opportunity to either stop in or call, and we can tell you exactly what the document is, where it came from. If you have a common name like John Smith, you might be getting a notification for another John Smith, but at least we can tell you that doesn't affect your property. It doesn't stop documents from being recorded, but it gives you an opportunity to stay ahead of it if something does happen. If there's any questions or comments, you can always feel free to stop in, email, call. I'm happy to try and help with whatever you might be, whether you're checking out a sale price or looking for some information. Stephanie's our vital records specialist. There are some things that we've been seeing. Let's see. It'd be nice to have an interpreter in our office at times. We're seeing a lot of customers where our communication is a little rough. But we've been able to work through those. The state of Wisconsin is very helpful with their vital records people. I don't think I have a whole lot more. I think that's my last slide. It is. Does anybody have any questions for me now? No? That was easy.
Good. Okay. Well, thank
right.
you very much for
Thank
a
you.
very nice report. All right, moving right along. Next, my report. First of all, the very important stuff. Thank you, Supervisor Eisentraut, for the wonderful treats. As always, they were delicious. Especially department heads, just a reminder that next week, I and a number of supervisors will be attending the Wisconsin Counties Association Legislative Conference. Based on past conferences, I anticipate meeting and talking to a number of legislators. There are now 4 assembly representatives and 3 state senators representing Waupaca County or sections of Waupaca County. So we probably will be meeting a lot of new faces and people. So if you have things that you like to see changed or enacted in Madison, please send me an email message with your list. I have received a number of lists already and I appreciate that. Next, the courthouse project, especially for our viewing audience who may be watching this telecast. We are getting close to moving staff around in the courthouse and to sending more staff off-site to other buildings like the Buyer's Guide building, the county garage, North Water Street, New London, the fairgrounds, and Fox Valley Tech in Waupaca. So please call before you come in to meet with the staff in case those staff have moved to a different location. And for your supervisors, be sure and check the agenda to see where you're going to be meeting. Because soon we won't be meeting here in the courthouse for any of our meetings. The iPads, if you have not already picked up your iPad, please do so. Just stop down to IT. It'll only take a few minutes. They will get your iPad for you. As soon as we plan to send everything out to the iPads, so that we're sending them to one place. I know I have 3 different computers that I have to check right now, or 3 different email addresses. So anyway, hopefully we'll be to the point where we'll just be able to check your iPad. iPad will have all the history of all your emails and so forth and everything in one place. All right, and that's all I have. Vice Chair Nygaard, any words of wisdom for us?
Well, nothing in particular. I won't rub it in how nice the weather is here in Gulf side of Central Florida. My heart goes out to you people putting up with the cold weather. Yeah, stay safe.
Very good. Thank you, sir. All right, down to appointments. I'd like to appoint John Charleston as a citizen member of the ADRC and the Aging Advisory Committee. Is there a motion to that effect? Supervisor Ertl,
I'll make that motion.
is there a second? Supervisor Vasquez,
I'll second that.
motion has been made and seconded to appoint John Charleston as a citizen member of the ADRC and Aging Advisory Committee. Any comments, questions? Not, please vote.
Supervisor Nygaard, how do you vote?
Yes.
Supervisor Shower, how do you vote?
Yes.
Last chance to vote. That carries 22-0.
Very good, thank you. Next, I would like to appoint Scott Procheski as a Waupaca County Board of Supervisor Representative on the CCS Regional Coordinating Committee. Is there a motion to that effect? Supervisor Hardy,
Move to approve.
thank you. The second, Supervisor Yeager.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to appoint Scott Procheski as a Waupaca County Board of Supervisor Representative on the CCS Regional Coordinating Committee. Any discussion or questions? If not, please vote.
Supervisor Shower, how do you vote?
Yes.
Supervisor Nygaard, how do you vote?
Yes.
Last chance to vote. That carries 21-0 with one abstaining.
Thank you. Next, under announcements, correspondence, County Board of Supervisors temporary meeting location will be in Wapaka County Fairgrounds. Guess for our next meeting.
I'm hoping, yes, that we will be moving out there for the March meeting, so stay tuned for more information on parking and which entrance to come in, and so forth. But testing's been going pretty well out there, and we're hoping to be out there for March.
Very good. Okay, and that's it. Motion to adjourn, Supervisor Eisentrout.
Reminder, there is a primary election today for everybody, so I just wanted to make that, everybody aware of that.
Real good.
I know it's cold.
Very good.
Yep, get out and vote.
Supervisor Yeager,
Motion to adjourn.
thank you. Motion has been made and we are adjourned.